Whenever y'all ready.
Isn't it amazing?
That's fantastic.
I'm here with Congressman Ron Paul, who just delivered a terrific speech to about 2,000 grassroots activists out there, and you've been doing terrific in these straw polls. I guess you came within a whisker of winning in Ames,
Right.
and some people think you might win this weekend in Florida. So, what do you think explains this?
I don't know.
This appeal.
You've known me for a few years, and I think I've been saying the same thing all along.
You have.
But I think the message has become more appropriate. I think people are more concerned about the economy. I've been concerned about it for a long time, and I'm concerned about all the spending and the debt and the monetary system, and I think we're overextended overseas, and all of a sudden people saying, he's probably right about that. So I think that's why I'm concerned.
Yeah, and you really have been talking about this. Back then we would have called it more libertarian. Today we'd call it Tea Party. But you've always been talking about getting us back to the founding of the country, the founding principles. Now there's a lot of debate in this campaign, Congressman, as you know, about Social Security. Rick Perry made some comments that Mitt Romney has been critical of. As somebody who's liberty focused, what's your view of Social Security? It's clearly going to go bankrupt if we don't reform it, but what's your position?
Well, one thing is, if you were running a private insurance company, you were doing like the Congress and all does with the Social Security, you'd be in big trouble. So it is not run well, and the finances really aren't there. What I do is I offer young people, the option of getting out. If we got our house in order, to assume responsibility of our house. So technically, I think that's the way it should have been. But I'm not for dumping anybody on the street. We've gotten too many people so dependent on the government, and I think you have to cut a lot of money. I mentioned a little talk here about the Department of Education. You can talk about the Department of Energy. I think we spend too much overseas. I would cut there and make sure people who become dependent on health care and Social Security that we provide for them. But, when I was in Congress...
And then younger workers, you're
I
saying,
let them get out.
could
I let
opt
them
out.
get out, and believe me...
But if they're not paying taxes in, then how does the system keep going?
It doesn't unless you cut a lot of spending.
Okay.
But, there was a time when we didn't even need an income tax, and we existed rather well. So it's a different concept on government. You have to do this very strange thing. You have to accept the Constitution, Article 1, Section 8, and do only those things that are authorized. So it is revolutionary in a sense, although it's part of the original revolution.
Well, we really appreciate you coming here. You've been to a lot of our events. You're doing extremely well among this group of voters, and we thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you, Congressman.